Spanking you.
Thank you. Paul, you want to see? What are they sending down? Anything? You know what?
So I'm here just to get everybody into it, having a good time. All of us who grew up with the music, I can see by looking around. It's been great. Now we're getting a little older now, but we still love the music, don't we? Right? Don't we love this music? Come on, let me hear you. Listen to it. As we get a little older, our priorities change a little bit. I mean, the Golden Boys and Bandstand, where I got Frankie on the figure, we got the shortest weekend in Rendell. I was on the beach, Ocean City, and now I'm checking out the houses. And I was even looking. I said, wow, look at that house. Who's freaking? You know, your priorities are a little different. So kind of weird. And I know the names in my block, but they're limited in big, so I don't know about you. But I see a lot of these couples out here together for all these years. It's great. Yeah, she's got the mustache now, he's got the breasts, so it's wonderful. And there's two of us, you know, he's from our CBS company right in front, Mr. Norris Shapiro. There's a lot of people I have to announce, but I want to introduce our roster here because the mayor has to get going. And the mayor, one of the guys who just loves his doo-wop, I mean, he grew up on this music too, has done so much for our city, and we love him. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Rendell. Also, you know, President's Day, it's the first time I have met our governor, and Tony Gracie and I were talking about, maybe it's in person, they want to sign up for a recording deal already, you know, so it's kind of wild, but he's here with us today, the governor and first lady of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Tom and Michelle Bridger here. Also, we have the chair of the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission, Jane Klein, with us, Jane. A gentleman who has really gotten our Philadelphia Enterprise Center here in West Philadelphia off the ground, and he's just a good friend of ours here, Chairman of Safeguard Scientifics, Pete Musser, is with us. Pete. Also, the chairman of the board is here too of the Philadelphia Enterprise Center, David Farnberg. I forgot David, he's right behind Noah. But Noah's going to
I'm proud to be here today with all of you. This is just so exciting to be here today for this historic marker unveiling. I have been the director and now the president of the West Philadelphia Enterprise Center for the past 5 years. Each day leading this nonprofit organization has been filled with both challenge and joy and a few thousand stresses on this project. The West Philadelphia Enterprise Center is an incubator for creative and hard-working entrepreneurs who are being nurtured with strong business skills, drive, intuition. The center has found partnerships and mentorships between new ventures and established businesses and institutions, creating jobs, opportunities, and stability and financial resources for this neighborhood and the region. We still have a ways to go to complete this wonderful building. We still need about $2 million to complete our restoration and expand our entrepreneur programs. And we want to keep our talent right here in this community and in this neighborhood. And to do so, we want to, in the spring of 1998, kick off another effort, Pete Musser, City of Philadelphia, Mayor Rendell, and Governor Rich to build another building to house our incubator graduates when they will become independent businesses. And the reason we need to do that is because we want them to stay in this area. So as we look to the future, we take pride in this building's place in history in the city of Philadelphia and in the culture of our nation. We're pleased that this building represents the birthplace of American Bandstand as the longest running music show in television history. And the West Philadelphia Enterprise Center is absolutely delighted to have the most popular personality today in Enterprise Center and welcoming Dick Clark.
For your speech, the yellow came by, tooted his horn. I spent the better part of my early adult life inside that building, and what you've done to bring it back to life is extraordinary. This place means a lot to a lot of people in the entertainment business. Young people got good breaks there. That was the very first time. It didn't happen in the early days. Years ago, the show went on in 1952. Bob Williams was steward. I fell there too in 1956 and 57. On this day, 40 years ago, we went national. It was mostly in those days white kids dancing. Somewhere along the line, we began working white kids. Somewhere along the line, we worked in brown, red, yellow, and pretty soon it was a melting pot. That's the greatest contribution that they ever made, along with making a lot of careers. I'm so proud of what you've done. I'm question. I remember when this place looked awful. Oh, that was when I was there. No, it was a nice building in those days, but it fell into disrepair. Thank you for taking the spirit we started there and doing something good with it. I'm pleased to be here with you today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dick. We actually followed in your tradition at the West Philadelphia Enterprise Center because now we're going to be nurturing talent for the business world, producing the next generation of leaders right out of this community. So, Dick, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to steal every ounce of energy you got left. All right? Now, the next person I want to introduce, he's been here before, and I don't know whether you remember, but we had a kid meet at this building about 2 years ago in March of '95. And he came here to help us kick off the renovations of this project. Remember that? Yeah. And the interesting thing about it was that we didn't have a knife. Remember that? We improvised, that's right. So I am absolutely delighted today to have the mayor of the city of Philadelphia to come back and see the progress that we have made at this entrepreneurial center. So will you please join me in welcoming the mayor of the city of Philadelphia, Rendell.
Philadelphia is a city that's based on its history and its tradition. And as Dick said, one of the traditions is that out. You're glad to see that the service is still very good. At time did it was 7 minutes and 9 peak hours. But we're a city that's built on history and tradition, and we're proud of our history and tradition. And as Dick said, it launched a lot of careers. Well, so did the signing of the Declaration of Independence launch a lot of careers. And so did the development of the first ice cream cone, the first hospital. And we've always led the nation. We've always broken new ground. And, you know, people often say to me, well, if you'd been there, we'd have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Philadelphia. Well, I will tell you, we have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame here in Philadelphia. This is real. It wasn't a recreation. But it's hard to say what Bandstand meant to the city, and it's also hard to say what Bandstand meant to America and America's way of life. There's no question that Bandstand popularized and Americanized rock and roll. There's no question about that. There's no question that if you were a young person growing up 40 years ago or 35 years ago or whatever, there's no question that your life was materially affected. Dance, the way you danced, the way you approached growing up and maturation process, all those things were deeply affected by dancing. And, you know, I believe that athletes and entertainers don't really know the extent of which they touch and change people's lives. And they really do. They have a profound impact on things. Dick Clark and the regulars on Bandstand changed the face of America. I don't think it is an exaggeration to say that. So, we are very, very proud to be here on Bandstand Day in Philadelphia. We're very proud to be here for this marker ceremony. And as both Dick and as Dick said, this is a great use for this building. It is a great use, and as Della said, we're going to start some new careers right out of this building in the tradition of Bandstand. And we're proud to have played a part in this. The state of Pennsylvania played a part in this. The federal government has put $2 million into this project, and the private sector, led by Pete Musser, has been an important part of this project. I'd like to salute two members of the city council that I know are here. Councilman Frank Chico, who, contrary to what you may have heard, is not a regular on Bandstand. If you remember him, pick up your glasses, Frank. That says try it out and fail. Councilwoman Janie Dockwell, this is Janie's district, and she's done a great deal for the Senate. Great district attorney Lynn Abraham, who was a regular now. And now I'd like to make an official presentation on behalf of the city, and we have two of this official city proclamation. One is for Dick, but the other is for a young woman who really was instrumental in us being here today for this historic marker celebration. So I'd like to ask Celeste Morel to join us up here on the podium. Celeste, come on. If it wasn't for Celeste, we wouldn't have this historic marker that's going to come out today. Celeste, your bride is forward.
Celeste, works your way up here.
There you go. Celeste and Dick, I'd like to read this official proclamation of the city of Philadelphia. And it reads as follows. It was a first ever, and like all firsts, it happened here in Philadelphia, with our city's teenagers starting a tradition that has spanned 4 decades as it attained national and international fame. American Bandstand, a daily national show hosted by Dick Clark and starring America's teenagers dancing and rating the music of their times. Aired in Philadelphia nationally from 1957 to 1963, American Bandstand introduced the regulars, its dancers who twisted, stomped, hopped, mashed potato, locomotive, and strong their way into the heart of the nation. This show featured our youth in a positive light, having fun dancing. The show moved to Los Angeles in 1964. I didn't write this thing. But it is history. The regulars from the 50s to the 80s will join Dick Clark as he unveils a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania historic marker that is being given to the original Bandstand studio, which has been reconverted into the thriving West Philadelphia Enterprise Center. 20 million Americans watch Bandstand each week, and the regulars receive thousands of letters from fans. The West Philadelphia Enterprise Center, in addition to housing the former Bandstand studio, will be the home of an agency whose mission is to develop economically depressed urban neighborhoods by empowering local residents with entrepreneurial skills, resources, and opportunities with which to begin their own generations of jobs and success. The Bandstand regulars will be utilizing their visit to Philadelphia for this 40th anniversary celebration and reunion to launch their Dancing is Our Drug of Choice campaign. In addition to an effort for youth, especially inner city youth, to participate in dance competitions, and other creative opportunities to gain positive self-esteem and appropriate outlets for their energy and talents. Therefore, I, Richard M. Mayor of the City of Philadelphia, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 5th, as Bandstand Day in Philadelphia. I urge all of our citizens to welcome American Bandstand back to Philadelphia, its birthplace, and to salute Dick Clark and the regulars for the positive influence they've had on our youth for 4 decades. And to also unveil this historic marker. So, to Celeste Morel, who made this day possible in great part. And to Dick Clark, who for a true generation of Americans was as full